one with the tail and one with the head. See the head? What's your call? Tail. What did he call? You have one to toss. Sulphur Springs one to toss. What do you want to do? Defer. You want to defer? Let me step back and tell them that they have won.
All right, Sulphur Springs is going to win the toss. They're going to defer to the second half. So Whitehouse is going to get their choice of end zones. We'll wait and see, and Adam Cook is going to go ahead and take that south end zone and defend that south end zone. Sulphur Springs will go towards the north, so it will be an interesting half. As David McKelvin mentioned just earlier, obviously the wind's going to be a factor, and we've got gusts anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour. But getting set to kick off as Sulphur Springs will be going from left to right, and Whitehouse right to left. Kick is going to be short. It's going to be taken at about the 14-yard line. Coming near side, slipping and falling down at around the 21. Connor Clark gets the return up to about they're going to mark him down just outside the 20-yard line. Looks about on the 24-yard line. So that'll be first and 10. Sulphur Springs defense. Let's set them up real quick. Your nose guard is Carson Hicks. Your D tackles are Derek Weeks and Brighton Wood. Kane Cody will be playing the anchor back. Your linebackers, Zach Spigner, Christian Jackson, and Kobe Hutchins. Look at the defensive secondary after this play. Player in motion, Jackson Allen dropping back, looking right, going right, off the fingertips, and a huge open field, too. Jackson will now come left side, going to go deep down the sideline, over the shoulder catch attempted by Trent Williams again. Trent has been the main target thus far. 27 catches for 289 yards already. He's averaging over 12 yards a catch for Jackson Allen, so at least he has established a main target. So now with third and a long 10, Jackson Allen, straight drop back again. Dunning stays in to protect, straight drop. He'll throw it deep and overthrows an open receiver. And so it took him a couple of series before he actually settled in. And then if you check his stats, that's what happened. Well, Jackson Allen's going to kick a knuckleball now in 4th and 10. It'll stop at the 41-yard line. That's where Whitehouse will call it dead. And Allen, after 3 and outs, and a couple of times, even though he was 0 for 3 on that possession, through the hands twice of receivers and then just overthrew Drew Smith on a deep route across the middle. Well, here comes Sulphur Springs, and they're all everything running by quarterback. And Larry Pryor's going to go down deep in his own territory, down at the 30-yard line. Tackled back there by Cade Parrish.
Bobbled on the snap. Cade Parrish doing what he's supposed to do. Stay on the outside. One of the game plans is going to contain Pryor. Keep him in the middle. He wants to run. We want him to throw.
Well, Pryor's going to lose 8 on that carry. Pryor's going to take the snap now. Straight drop back. He's got to throw. It's going to come right. It's caught, complete, and then down immediately. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be complete to C.J. Stevens, but he's going to be brought down back there by Nate Brooks and with company and help by Trey Staples. Well, great defensive stand right now. 3rd and about 18 for Sulphur Springs. Going left to right. Pryor by himself in the backfield. Takes a snap, straight drop back. Got somebody open near sideline, overthrown, out of bounds, and incomplete. Trey Staples in coverage. Well, stepping back and getting set to punt, Tanner Ramirez, who punts and kicks for the Sulphur Springs football team. They're forced into a 4th and long. 2 returners set back. Going to side kick it. It'll kid at the 40, going to be picked up by Nate Brooks. Brooks going to take it, sidestep, stops, a little stutter at the 35-yard line, and down he goes. So back and forth they go, 2 3 and outs. So Dunning, lone setback. Man in motion, Shamar Smith gets the pitch. Up forward from Jackson. Jackson kicks it outside. Shamar Smith across the 45 near midfield. Trips left side. Jackson Allen drop back. Receiver open. It's Shamar Smith again. Slung down inside Sulphur Springs territory and first down, right at the first down marker. It's a 10-yard reception to Shamar.
They're concentrating on the wide receivers. The slot backs right now are open.
2 left, 2 right. Now over to Shamar Smith again, complete at the 40. He crosses the 40 up to the 36-yard line. So here they go. This is Whitehouse football now, as quick as they are running. Trent Williams, week 1, kept trying to tell the sideline, hey, get the play in, we're ready to go. Trips receivers up top side near hash mark. Jackson Allen, drop back deep across the middle, and it's overthrown. Shamar Smith had just about a half a step on Jalen Hawkins.
It's against Sulphur Springs. More than likely, they lined up in the neutral zone, and that's a 5-yard penalty. So 1st and 5.
Well, that's going to work just fine for Whitehouse. After the incompletion, they'll pick up 5 first and 5. Jackson Allen will stay in, flag it down again. far side sideline. And flag goes down immediately at the snap of the ball, and it looked like actually they're right in front of the Whitehouse sideline. Well, it's also a first down now after back-to-back 5-yard penalties. Christian Castillo gets a vote of confidence from Jason Bailey up here, so obviously Castillo has seen if he can get them off balance to pick up that penalty. Snap back, Jack's now on two-step drop back, and throw, no, he pumps, pulls it back in, going to still look for a receiver. In the end zone, right side, wide open, touchdown! Jackson Allen makes it work. And something the coaches have really wanted to see in him. Great play. Munoz for the touchdown. Krim with the extra point. 7-0 Whitehouse. 9:35 to go first quarter when we come back on a Hot 107.3 Jams. Stevens and Hawkins back deep. Colby Krim will tee it up. Had a couple of deep kicks and a couple of pooches, so Whitehouse has done it all special teams-wise. We'll kick it deep and near side. It will hit at the 18, taken at the 18, and stopped immediately. Is the ball loose? A double hit and pulled down at the 20-yard line. Well, here comes Larry Pryor. You can't hold this guy down very long. Takes the snap, hands off. And, boy, the Whitehouse defense has come to play. Good gracious. Trip receivers, man in motion, right to left. Pryor takes it straight, drop back. Got a man open in screen position, but he's going to scramble and run. 25-30, there he goes loose. And then he is laid out at the 33, 32-yard line. Looks like by Dylan Klein.
Great open tackle by Klein. In a touchdown for sure for Pryor. Great open field tackle.
That's how you stand somebody up. Pryor with the back turn to the left side. It'll be Rosemond at the left. Long snap count. Going to hand off Rosemond straight up the middle. And there's Dylan Klein again. And Klein will be the first man to hit him at the 35-yard line. So he may pick up one. They'll give him two. So Rosemond not doing too bad as he's got pretty good numbers as far as his rushing is concerned. He has been the big gainer. 36 carries, 214 yards on the season. Pryor going to throw near side. Going to be short. Is it caught? No, out of bounds. Catch is made. Nice one by C.J. Stevens, but he'll fall out of bounds before he catches that pass. So incomplete. 3rd and 8 now for SulphurSprings. Pryor sets him up again. Rosemond to his right side. Slot receiver to the right side as well. Fakes the handoff play action. He stays in the pocket all the time in the world. Got plenty. He's going to go deep now. One-on-one coverage and trying to turn around and defend Nate Brooks. It's not Brooks, excuse me. It's going to be Brett Corbett.
No, it'll
be Staples back there.
Trey Staples.
Sets up a 4th and 8 for SulphurSprings. And Ramirez is back to punt, standing at his own 22-yard line. He'll kick it sidewinding again, hits at the 45, will roll down to the 30. And Nate Brooks says, hang on, let the ball roll, and that probably wasn't a good idea. It is still rolling. Inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
They run out. If no one covers them, they're told to run. But if you see defenders, go ahead and do that kick, and you get that long roll on that type of kick.
Well, on this slick turf, too, it helps out. Jackson Allen with nobody back protecting. He'll scramble now, going to get caught from behind. No, he dumps it off the last second. To a great play by Jackson as he was pursued from behind and started to get pulled down at about the 13-yard line and just threw it away right at the feet of Trent Williams. But believe it or not, excuse me, David, no rushing attempts yet for Whitehouse. Taking the snap again, boy, somebody had to move early. Pass is going to be complete. I don't know how they got away with that, but Trent Williams will get the completion.
We have an injured player down. Looks like knee. That looks to be Austin Rackle. Yeah, he's coming off and being replaced right now by Keenan Dixon.
Okay, so it's Austin Rochelle that comes off the field a little bit gimpy. Back in the backfield, actually. So Allen will set up 3rd after the completion to Williams for 8 yards. Sets up 3rd and 2. Hands off inside the first rushing attempt, and will it be enough for the first down? They'll stop the clock right at the 24, between the 24-25-yard line.
So far, SulphurSpring has not hidden their defense, and we're able to read them.
Well, dual receivers, tight slot on the right side. Jackson Allen will throw again right side towards the SulphurSprings sideline, and it'll be overthrown, intended for Eric Munoz. Munoz, a 5'9", 145-pound senior. I got a chance to meet that kid this week in the hallway at the high school, and I don't know if he has that smile on his face constantly, but he smiled the entire time that we spoke, and even after he walked off. Allen, delayed handoff to Dunning. Has a little bit of running room. It closes up quickly. He gets close to the 30-yard line. He'll fall down. They'll mark him down at around the 30, make that 29-yard line. And flag is down at the interior line, which never means anything good.
No, it doesn't. It's going to be holding against the Whitehouse.
And now the first flag going against Whitehouse will back them up 10 yards. This will be a third and about 20 from the 25-yard line. Will flare out to the right side. Stiff arm, Drew Smith still on his feet. Great run, crossing the 25 up to the 27-yard line. Well, Drew almost broke it.
Boy, I tell you, SulphurSprings came on a blitz, and we had the right play call that time on that little screen, outside screen. One more step, and that would have been 7 points.
Jackson Allen going to throw deep across the middle, and again, the pass gets just off his fingertips, intended for Trent Williams. He has targeted Trent a lot. After going 0 for 3 in that first possession, Jackson came back with some pretty pinpoint passes, but just overthrows Trent. Great effort, but it'll go sail over his head for an incompletion. And they're setting up to go for it on 4th and about 5.5. Now Jackson Allen will back up about 5 more yards, and he will kick it. It's off a decent kick. It will hit at the 43-yard line. It'll die right there. So SulphurSprings and Larry Pryor will start up their next possession, which will be their third of this first period. Down 7-0. Whitehouse leading with 7:04 to go. Cornerstone Brokerage helping us out with our broadcast. Pryor sets up. Will stack set to his left with 2 setbacks. Slot receiver right side will hand off. Coming near side, maybe getting to the 45-yard line. And that's funny. It looked like an offensive guard carrying that.
That's Galarza, 5'5", 150-pound junior.
How about that? Scott Galarza getting his first carry. Checking off trips receivers to the left side. Pryor, straight drop back, going to look left. Now he's got to scramble, got to go right. We're going to get tripped up. Great open field tackle, or good tackle, interior-wise, and getting pulled down back there by Nick Koslow. Well, Pryor looked like he had some open field, and it shut down quickly with Koslow pulling him down for a 1-yard gain. 3rd and 9, SulphurSprings from their own 44-yard line near hash mark, going right to left, left to right. 7-0 Whitehouse, 6:14 to go. Pryor scrambling again, got to roll to his left, got a ton of running room and a flag down, and he continues to run 40 down to the 30, and inside the 30 down to the 28, but it looks like this one may be coming back.
If you notice, everybody ran to this side, to the home field side of the field. That left the far side wide open. That was a design play. But it looks like it is coming back for another holding call, this time against SulphurSprings.
Well, boy, this is the bench. A lot of fun. And Owens does not like those penalties. Straight drop back. Pryor will throw it across the middle, complete. Midfield, inside Whitehouse territory to the 45, and a late flag in the defensive backfield.
That's going to be a face mask against Whitehouse. That'll be tacked on at the end of the run.
Be made by Ben Brooks. 1st and 10. Pryor complete again on the right side. Boy, juggling it, finally pulling it in. And complete's going to be to Parker Aguilar. Aguilar will pick up 4 on that completion. So Whitehouse now with 10-yard penalties early in this drive. Handoff going to far side. Rosamond gets a lot of running room across the left side. 20-yard line inside the 15, down right at the 15-yard line. So SulphurSprings now threatening Whitehouse, and they continue to roll faster. Rosamond from the 30 to the 15. He picks up 15 on that carry. Pryor with trip receivers. Hands off to Rosamond again off the left side. And he will continue to rumble inside the 10 this time, down to the 9.
They're going to continue running that play. They're overloading the far side over there. They're stacked up, so they have one more blocker than we have defenders.
All right, they're going to give him 5 yards, pull him down actually right at the 11-yard line. Dual receivers wide and slot. Pryor hands off to Rosamond again, straight up the middle, and there he goes. Pounding across tacklers. He's getting the end zone. He does. With the extra point by Ramirez. Snaps up, hold is down, kick is good. We're tied at 7, 4:53 in the first period when we come back to Wildcat Stadium on Hot 107.3 Jam. Face mask will kick off from the Whitehouse 45-yard line. Kick is going to go, of course, over the head of everybody and out of the end zone. And Shamar Smith just says, I'm tired of running. We'll just wait and take it at the 20. Kickoff compliments of Telco Federal Credit Union, your financial solution. Thank you so much. At halftime and postgame. Jackson Allen starts up Whitehouse. Right side, pump fake. Going to try to go deep. And he has to scramble. He's got to pull the ball back in because he's heavily rushed in the backfield. And he's finally going to get pulled down by Kane Cody. Okay, my apologies. They're going to move him back at the 17. It'll be a 7-yard loss. Shamar Smith gets the ball inside pitch, and he'll fall just across the line of scrimmage, maybe for a gain of 1. All right, trips receivers left side. Jackson Allen, straight drop back, going to pump again. Now he's going to go throw deep and on the near sideline, and I thought he almost ran out of bounds, but Hunter Franks, who came in for Shamar Smith, was open, and I think Jackson just threw it over his outside shoulder and was not enough room for him to pull it in and stay on the field. I tell you, Franks almost made a fantastic NFL catch. He had the ball right on his fingertips, but could not keep his feet in. And as he hit the ground, he dropped the ball. 3:49 to go. It's a 3-and-out for Whitehouse as Jackson has to step back to punt it. He will get kind of a sidewinding kick. Hits at the 42-yard line. Going to be picked up by SulphurSprings 45 to the 40. Cutting up field 35 and having to run out of bounds at the 32-yard line is going to be C.J. Stevens. Stevens with the return and a huge one. And 3 for 30 for Whitehouse. Attacking on that face mask penalty. Hand off to Rosemont. Rosemont going to just follow his blockers and cuts loose. Gets outside his blockers. Nobody put an arm on him. So he basically just mowed up the backside of his blockers and followed him. Stayed on his feet and picked up huge yardage. And got 15 of that back. So 2nd and 5 now from the 27-yard line. Pryor straight drop back. Going to throw far sideline and getting enough for the first down, I think. He has it. It'll be Brooks. Ben Brooks with the completion, a 5'10", 160-pound senior on the far side. They haven't moved the sticks yet. They're saying he may be about a half a yard short, and the officials are finally just going to say, hang on a second, we'll go ahead and measure this. Well, they're going to say they're about a half a yard short of the first down, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard for Pryor. He sits up. Dual receivers to the left side. Split out wide to the right side is Stevens. Got Rosemont, hands off to him, and Rosemont gets stuffed. Oh, my.
Guess who? Middle linebacker, number 10, Dominique Hawley.
Well, Hawley, the 6'1", 215-pound massive guy. I mean, you talk about a stop. He not only crunched Rosemont, he knocked him back 2 yards. 4th and 2, SulphurSprings will go for it. Rosemont, lone setback to the left side of Pryor. Pryor hands it off, keeps it, and tries to keep it. He breaks the tackle, sings on his feet, gets the first down, and boy, almost got to stop. And now a late flag on the other sideline, and this will probably be a little extracurricular activity, so the penalty will be added on and tacked on. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line for SulphurSprings. 2:34 to go, first period. Hands off, first man through, and boy, there's defense again. Nate Brooks comes in and puts a stick on Scott Galarza. 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Pryor, long snap count, slide on the right side, straight drop back. Going to look, now he's going to take it across the middle, 5-yard line. Couple of moves, dives into the end zone, touchdown. Boy, that's nothing but just pure athletic ability from one of the best at that position right now. And jumping offside, jumping back. They'll snap it, put the kick down. They'll say it's good. 14-7, SulphurSprings with 2:02 to go, first period. We come back to Wildcat Stadium. You're listening to Whitehouse Wildcat football on Hot 107.3 Jams. Scoring drive for SulphurSprings. 6 plays, a minute, 47 seconds. Kick is short. Can be taken at the 35-yard line by Hunter Franks. And Franks will just catch it, fair catch. And Jackson Allen in the offense will get an opportunity here with pretty good field position. Other than a couple of runs, but Whitehouse will get another chance here. Handoff going to go deep back to to Hawley. Cutting up field across the 35 to the 40, and it'll be handoff to Keelan Cofer as Keelan gets his first carry of the night. So Cofer gets into the backfield and gets a nice carry. It'll be his first carry of the season. So Cofer now deep back behind Jackson Allen. Long snap count, gets it again, coming near side 40, 45, got some run to rim, midfield, cuts inside 45, 40, another cut. Inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Cofer looking nice.
They've come out with a different package in this series. I'll tell you about it right after this play.
So deep back again, Cofer stays in the ballgame. Dual setbacks. Cofer gets it again. Same play, off tackle. They're going to bounce outside, and this time cannot get away from a great tackle by Jalen Dugan. And boy, he gets stopped, but makes a couple of good moves off that off tackle.
What's happening, if you notice here, we're running with a tight end. First time the series, Whitehouse has shown a tight end. It's a new package for him, power running.
Dual receivers right side, handoff to Dunning, straight up the middle. Dunning will bounce outside, crosses the 40 to the 36-yard line. He picks up 3 on the carry. Third down now and 7. Pass going to go far side to Munoz. Munoz barrels his way into the 30-yard line. They'll pull him down at the 30, but he'll be a yard short of the first down. So, boy, a quick drive for Whitehouse here with 34 seconds to go in the first quarter. SulphurSprings leading 14-7. Allen moving him right to left. Handoff, Dunning, deep back. He's got to get outside and get that first down. He's got it. 25-yard line. Down at the 25, first down, Whitehouse.
So he is the offensive player of this series right now.
Well, LaQuaylen Rogers, 240 pounds at 6'3", is holding him back. Allen, play action. He fakes it. He's going to throw it down the sideline. He's just going to throw that ball away that time. Well, 5-yard mark off for Whitehouse. 0.4 to go, last play of the first period. Deep back is going to be Dunning. He'll hand off to Dunning, going to go far side to the wide side of the field. Dunning trying to get outside, gets to the 30-yard line, cuts up to the 25, and he'll step out at the 26-yard line, and that's where they'll mark it when they change ends of the field. Second quarter coming up. SulphurSprings up 14-7 over Whitehouse, sets them up 2nd and 11 now. As the second quarter comes in, he's going to throw deep down the right sideline. It's caught. Touchdown! Catch is made by Trent Williams. Yet another wonderful strike to Trent Williams.
Well, they're going to go to that play as much as possible because Trent Williams, being 6'2", is being covered by a 5'9".
Ouch. Oh, Krim will set up for the extra point. It's up and it's good. And Colby Krim continues to add some great numbers to his career kicking for Whitehouse. So just that quick. As first play of the second quarter, and Whitehouse strikes. 11:54 to go. We're tied at 14. We come back on Hot 107.3 Jam.
Yeah, anything can happen when there's a kick in play.
Well, I'll tell you what, the 2 26-yard passes from Jackson Allen, and it is 14 all. Kick will hit at the 29-yard line. High bounce will be taken, and a nice open field tackle back at the 26-yard line. And not only can the guy play offense, he can cover as well. Eric Munoz with a nice open field tackle. And the kick's going to go back about 5 yards from where it was retrieved. SulphurSprings will have to start 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. So Larry Pryor, the deepest he's been in his own territory thus far. 11:49 to go in the half, tied at 14. Play action. Going to pass, coming near side, complete to the 35-yard line, to the 40, out of bounds at the 40. And forced out of bounds by Nate Brooks. Pass is going to be complete to Dylan Carpenter.
The field for that catch.
Yeah, he'll be playing the middle slot this time. Hand off to Rosemond. Big carry up the middle 40-yard line, across the 40 to the 42. So he'll pick up 4 hard yards. It's hard not to like little guys in the backfield. I don't care, but you just hope they have a big number like 32. But he's pretty impressive. Tyler Rosemond, he's 5'8", 165 pounds, but he looks like he's about 200 pounds. He's got those big pads on. Pryor going to keep it. Pump fake, cross midfield, 45-40. Here he goes. Gets a block, 30-yard line, and just runs out of bounds at the 30. That's a guy who has committed to a Division I school. David, he knew exactly when it was okay to run out of bounds. He picked up good yardage and saw some defenders in front of him.
Man, I'm telling you, he's bringing back memories for me. He looks just like Reggie McNeil.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for Pryor, and SulphurSprings at the 29-yard line. Hands off to Rosemond. Rosemond can't get out of the grasp. Still drags for an extra few yards, but going to get pulled down. Back there, I wanted to say it was Holly, but I think that's going to be Chris Blaylock.
It's Blaylock.
Okay. So Blaylock will get the tackle, but not before Rosemond picks up another 5. Rosemond set up to the right side of Pryor. Pryor Dual receivers to the left side, short side of the field. On the near side hash mark, scrambles now. He's got to get down the reach. Trying to dive, pull him down. No, he's still loose. Now he's just going to go down under pressure, and great pressure back there by Dylan Klein. That's an 11-yard loss for Larry Pryor on the scramble. Third and about 17 yards. He will set up, puts a man in motion, right to left. Fakes the handoff to Rosemeyer. Will throw across the middle. It is just short of a possible interception. And going down is Trey Staples. Fourth and long, and Pryor goes for it. 4th and 17 from the Whitehouse 37-yard line. Straight drop back. Pryor's got time. Now he's going to get rushed. Has to scramble. 35. Going to keep it 30-yard line. 25 will cut right inside the defense, and he almost picks it up. He'll be about 4 yards short. But Pryor did everything he could on that rush, and he'll end up getting pulled down at around the 24-yard line.
That caused Pryor to be confused. He wasn't sure where the defenders were going to come from.
Jackson Allen, straight drop back, got to pull up in the pocket too. Now he's going to scramble. He breaks a couple of tackles, 30-yard line, 35, and gets pushed out of bounds at the 37-yard line. How about that? Jackson Allen coming to his weak side. The left-hander comes to the right side near his own sideline, and he picks up 12. So 1st and 10, Whitehouse going left to right at their own 37-yard line, and quickly they run. Double slots, dual receivers left and right. Dunning gets a handoff, going to go left side. He's got some running room as well. Busts across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Snap back to Jackson Allen. Pass is complete. 45 up to midfield. Pass complete across midfield. This time it'll be to Zach Parker. Zach, a sophomore, 6 foot, 165-pounder. Zach, younger brother of Jake Parker, who was a major target for Patrick Mahomes last year. Handoff to Dunning, and Dunning has absolutely nowhere to go. I think even Jackson Allen may have noticed that he probably should have just kept that football.
Yeah, it was a mishandle there, and that's why Dunning lost his step and actually had to make sure he recovered the ball, make sure he didn't fumble it, so that threw the timing off. Clock continues to roll, less than 9 minutes to go. Tied at 14. 8:55 to go, first half. Allen looking left. He's going to throw left up the sideline, and miscommunication. Well, Parker will set up in the slot left side. Kofer back in the backfield for Whitehouse. He'll stand and protect. Allen steps up in the pocket, now scrambles. He's staying low. Down to midfield. Will scramble. 45, 40-yard line. Runs out of bounds right at the first down marker. I think he got it.
Jackson Allen, nice play. Taking it far side, knew right where the first down marker was. He just crossed it and jumped out of bounds just enough to get the first down.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
8:39 to go. Handoff coming near side. Kofer almost drops it, cuts upfield. 35, 30, 25, bounces outside, almost gets a block by Drew Smith. And boy, I tell you what, this Keelan Kofer kid looks good.
He does.
This on the depth chart. He is third on the depth chart in this position, but Kofer getting his first carries of the season, and he is making the best of it. Snap going to go back to Jackson Allen. Jackson, a little flare out to Franks. Franks makes big yardage across the 20. He might have enough for the first down.
Looks like he's going to be about a half a yard to finish on the spot. Oh, wow. Gave him a great spot. They might have to measure this one.
They're going to go ahead and stop the clock and measure it. 8:10 to go. Clock starts to roll. Tied at 14. Jackson Allen has got him on the move. Second and just inches. Handoff inside to Dunning. Dunning and a little bit as Vincent Dunning will pick up about 4 yards on a second and short. So they'll go ahead and give it to Dr. Power. And just before we came back, Jason Bailey, 4 carries, 41 yards for Caitlin Kofer. Allen will throw it. Will flare pattern going far side. Caught. Touchdown. And tossing the ball over to the official. Is that going to be Drew Smith or is that Steven?
That's Trent Williams.
Trent Williams.
Being covered by a 5'9". Until they change it, you're going to see it all night long.
Well, Trent Williams with his second touchdown of the night. And Whitehouse back out in front at 20-14, pending the Colby Krim extra point. We'll see what kind of hold Drew Smith has here. Nice hold. Nice snap. And it's up and good. And just like that, we come back after the timeout, and Trent Williams picking up his second touchdown of the night. Whitehouse back up 21-14. We come back to Wildcat Stadium on Hot 107.3 Jam.
We might.
And 2 to Trent Williams, 21-14. Whitehouse over Sulphur Springs. Allen right now 3 carries, 32 yards, 11 for 19 for 67 yards. Jackson having a good game. Squib kick going to get all the way through the front line and over the head and back up. Ball is live down at the 14-yard line, and the ball is still, a runner is still loose. As it almost ends up being a little bit of a debacle as the Colby Krim squib kick worked its way all the way back to the 14-yard line. It was fine.
There's a block in the back by Sulphur Springs, so they're starting at their own 8-yard line.
Well, longest drive for Whitehouse that time, 9 plays, 2:05, and they pick up the touchdown to take the lead, 21-14. Pryor hands off, and a big nothing at the 7-yard line. Backed up maybe 2 yards, or maybe a yard. They might mark him down at the line of scrimmage. 7:22 to go first half. And Whitehouse, once again, defense starting to shine again and coming through nicely when they need to. Larry Pryor deep in his own territory. It is 2nd and 10 from the 8-yard line. Straight drop back. He's 2 yards deep in his own end zone. Looking left, looking right. Flag down now. Pass is thrown, caught, complete to the 20, 25, 30. Receiver loose at midfield and out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Whitehouse. But a flag coming down on the near sideline, right in front of you, David.
It is. I'm afraid they're going to call a defensive holding.
Go ahead and decline the penalty, and they'll take it 1st and 10 from their own 48-yard line. Sulphur Springs on the move, and they get out of that jam quickly. Handoff going to go to Rosemont. And on the 1st and 10 carry, he'll get into Whitehouse territory to the Whitehouse 49-yard line.
Actually, that was little Galarza again.
Galarza back in the ball game. Thank you, sir. Quite welcome. I want to make sure we get it to him. Set up a couple of steps to the left of Pryor. Galarza will take the handoff again, and Galarza will get stacked up this time and whipped down hard by Nick Koslow. Koslow will give up about a yard gain, this time to Galarza again. Galarza only 5'5". Tell you what, Greg Owens is not the biggest guy in the world either, but my gosh, these tiny guys he's got running the ball. You got to respect that. So 3rd and 6 from the 48-yard line of Whitehouse. Pryor, long snap count, will now go straight drop back. Looking at out in the flats, he's got Galarza wide open, and a holding call going to be called as the flag comes down. Pryor continues to scramble. He's going to go ahead and throw it deep and take a chance. It's going to get intercepted at the 30-yard line. And you're not going to see Larry Pryor make that horrible a decision very often. He obviously did not see the flag because Pryor throwing it well up and in traffic, and Nate Brooks comes down with the interception. And if the Whitehouse has got the ball back now on a Larry Pryor, basically just a mental blunder as Jackson will try to flare it out to Drew Smith, and he drops it at the 32-yard line. Flag is down again, but immediately a holding call will back him up 10 yards on the incompletion to Drew Smith.
Well, the weather is supposed to have gotten better as the evening has gone long, and
well, I can see you a lot better. Not quite as drizzly as it was.
It's beginning to pick back up again.
So Jackson Allen fakes a handoff, play action, going to throw left side, wide open Shamar Smith at the 25 to the 30, trying to stay on his feet, and he sidesteps a would-be tackler and gets it up to the 34-yard line. Boy, Shamar, and that is the only way he is as effective as he can possibly be is with his speed, is to get as far outside as he can. Play action, no little handoff to Dunning, coming near side. He's got to turn on the speed. It's a nice seal block on the backside by Drew Smith, and probably responsible for him picking up that extra 4 yards. 5:20 to go in the first half. 21-14 Whitehouse. Going left to right. Dunning will move from the right to Jackson Allen's left side. Allen looking left. He's going to throw deep up the far sideline, and that time Stevens cannot get beyond the outreach of the defender. Allen checking the sideline near hash mark. Wide side of the field, far side, and snapping a nice, well, they're going to call it.
Well,
there may have been some contact on this side. They'll give the 5-yard penalty to Sulphur Springs. 1st and 10 Whitehouse. Play action. Allen looks left. He's going to run right. 45 to midfield and out of bounds inside Sulphur Springs territory.
I don't know, jittery or nervous. but after the first series, he settles in and plays exceptional.
Handoff to Dominique Holly, and he barrels across the 40-yard line of Sulphur Springs. It was second and short, and he got plenty. So 1st and 10, Whitehouse, as they take a 7-point lead now at 4:56 to go, and they are running and they are moving fast. Trips receivers right side. Holly stays in the ball game. Allen's going to go deep down the far sideline again and overthrows Trent Williams again. 38-yard line, 2nd and 10. Allen will go to the left side again, this time caught by Stevens. 30-yard line, gets the first down. Stevens moves the sticks again.
As Trent Williams.
I have no idea. And I hope Trent's mom and dad understand I'm a moron when it comes to Stevens and Williams. I don't know what's going on. Trent Williams with the catch, Mom. Handoff inside. Coffer. It'll be, once again, Kalen Coffer with the nice carry. I'm telling you what, we really like the way this kid moves. I think he's just pumped. He's excited.
He's got some good moves.
I'm telling you, 5'11", 155-pound junior, and he's getting some great playing time here. Snap back to Jackson Allen. Good cut block. Deep, right there. Drew Smith, touchdown. Near sideline in a great base pattern, and Smith reaching out and needed every single centimeter of those fingers to pull in that pass
for the extra point.
Well, you know what? Offensive coordinator Brad Cook, I'm telling you, I don't want to be around the guy at Halloween because I have a feeling the guy he's a trickster. He's a prankster. Kick is up and good. Colby Crim and Whitehouse move out to a 14-point lead, 28-14. Whitehouse over Sulphur Springs with 4:15 to go in the first period. When we come back, you're listening to Whitehouse Wildcat football on Hot 101. In the first half, and boy, that was an impressive drive. Their last two, after finding themselves behind and then tying it up. Crim will kick it off in a scrib kick again, taken at the 13-yard line by Sulphur Springs, right up the middle, straight up the middle, and down at the 22-yard line. And boy, that's a nice mark after forward progress. Travel home to see Texas High. Pryor will throw, going far side. Boy, nice catch at the 30-yard line. Did he make that catch? He did. Pass is complete. I think that's going to be, is it going to be Dylan Carpenter again? It'll be Carpenter from that slot side, I think, David?
Yeah, it was Carpenter.
So Carpenter with another spectacular catch. 2nd and 3, or 2nd and 2 make it. It'll be a gain of 8 yards. Pryor will hand off, first man through. And Rosamond gets the first down, crosses the 30-yard line to the 33, maybe 34-yard line.
Well, that was Jesse Ortiz.
That'll be Ortiz. Thank you, David.
Yeah, he's actually a little bit smaller. We thought that...
What is going on with these guys?
I'm telling you, we thought Galarza...
Yeah,
Galarza's 5'5", yeah.
130? Oh, my gosh. Play fake to Garza. Oh. Pryor, and a great play by Trey Staples to reach around with his near hand. That is one of the things that is so prominent with trying to teach cornerbacks is to not to go across your body when you're trying to defend. Trey Staples making a great play to knock that pass down.
Again, he's over there by himself on an island. That shows great respect.
2nd and 10 on the incompletion from the 33-yard line. Handoff this time. I think Garza will still. Pryor set back with Ortiz. Straight drop back. Going to look right. Going to go deep up the right sideline. And this losing the football was Parker Aguilar. Parker just lost it. So it'll force a 4th down. 4th and 9. Ramirez will stand at his own 26-yard line, 21-yard line. He'll side kick it again towards the far sideline. Hits at the 40-yard line. And will die at the 37.
Sulphur Springs has a lot of good talent. The only thing is they don't have depth, as they're already tired.
Well, if Pryor has to start working both ways, it's not going to look good. Boy, nice strike by Jackson Allen across midfield to around the 46-yard line. Completion going to Zach Parker.
Zach Parker in the slot position. As he cuts across, he raises his hands because he saw the middle of the field wide open.
Well, good play by Zach. Handoff to Shamar Smith. Shamar gets stacked up. Now he's got to change directions. Midfield gets a little bit of a block outside. Gets the seal 45-40 inside steps all the way up. We'll see that maybe the first down marker. They're going to say he ran out of bounds at the 36. And he ends up coming near sideline. Near hash mark. Handoff, no. Play action. Going to be flared out in and out of the hands that time by Zach Parker. Zach all by himself, had about 5 yards in front of him, and got the ball right about helmet high and could not pull it in.
Great play, great call. Parker had the ball in his hands. As he was trying to bring it into his body, he lost control of it.
He'll stay in the tight slot. Trips receivers left side. Dunning stays in to block. Pass going to come near side. Drew Smith breaks tackle 25 down to the 20-yard line. Nice tackle down there by Zach Spigner. Spigner has to pull him down to save the touchdown, and I think Smith may have turned his ankle on that tackle.
Yeah, he's working on it right now. Smith is still bouncing on it, trying to keep it stretched. He does not want to get it tight. They're probably going to pull him out. No, they're keeping him in.
Well, they're trying to get him off the field.
There they are. They got him off there.
Now they'll finally sub him in. It's Ashton Melton will stand in his place. Split out wide to the right side. Trips left. Jackson Allen hands off to Dunning. Inside, coming near side. 20-yard line. Cuts back upfield and gets plastered and popped down right there where he stands by Christian Jackson.
Wow. Textbook open field tackle by Jackson.
Don't you love seeing that every once in a while?
It looks good. I'm telling you. That's just pretty to look at.
When you still get a kid that puts a helmet right in the chest and stands the kid up regardless of who it is. Minute 45 to go. Jackson Allen, straight drop back, looking right. Going to throw the middle of the field. Caught! Touchdown, Zach Parker! There's a flag down right where holding normally is. And now that I see Jackson Allen throwing his hands up, he obviously knows it's a hold. Well, Zach Parker, bless his heart, had his first touchdown of the season and a strike thrown by Jackson Allen, and it will come back.
Well, actually, the penalty happened behind the line of scrimmage holding, so it goes back to the previous spot and it's 10 yards. So there was some benefit. The only thing is, yeah, it negates the touchdown.
Absolutely. 28-14 Whitehouse, minute 39 to go. Jackson Allen takes a little low snap, pump fake right side. Now he'll kind of get out of the pocket, 30-yard line, and he'll finally just throw it away. So Jackson getting stacked up in the backfield. And the one thing that's obvious with Jackson Allen, he's moving to his left, obviously his strong side. He doesn't have to set his feet, but when he comes to his right side, you've got to give this kid time to obviously set his feet and point towards that receiver. And Jackson got a little stopped up there at the sideline. Straight drop back, trips receivers right side, going to throw, complete to the 20-yard line. Cutting back up inside is going to be Williams. Inside the 20. And the flag again. Back at the 34-yard line.
I didn't see that one. Looks like personal foul. Roughing the passer against SulphurSprings.
Wow.
Automatic first down.
You talk about a break for the Whitehouse offense. It was a completion to Trent Williams. And they will take that penalty, and it'll be an automatic first down. And first and goal now from the 8-yard line. Handoff, Shamar Smith going far side. Has to center step, 10-yard line. Flag on the play. He'll get run out. He'll get in the end zone, but a flag will come down at about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it's at the 10-yard line. I saw it. I'm standing here on the opposite side. It's holding against Whitehouse.
Well, good gracious.
When Shamar made that little stutter step, that's when the holding took place.
Well, unfortunately, penalties are not what you want. You certainly don't want them in the final 2 minutes of the half when you're trying to extend this lead. But Whitehouse working off of 21 unanswered points right now in this second half. Second period. Minute 13 to go.
First and goal.
And first and goal from the 19 now. Coach Brad Cook and Adam McMahon on the sideline, both sending in signals. Allen sets up, straight drop back, 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to throw across the back of the end zone and incomplete. Shamar Smith And I think even Jackson was trying to indicate to him to keep going down that back line. At the back of the end zone, Shamar kind of cut off that angle a bit. Jackson threw it too far out in front of him.
That's where I would love to see Jackson Allen to continue to run. Gain any positive yardage you can.
Munoz in the tight slot left side. Drew Smith, lone receiver this side. Handoff inside to Dominic Holly at the 5. Plunging for the end zone. Pulled down at the 3-yard line. Well, Dominique with big yardage takes it from the 19 down to the 2. 17-yard pickup, Dominique. And now they've got the clock to contend with. 45 seconds to go, but Whitehouse with timeouts remaining. Clock begins.
It should be third down. They're showing the second down on the board. I think it's third down.
They've got third down on the sticks on the far side. 34 seconds to go. Toss it up, far corner, tipped out of bounds. Nice defense back there by Sulphur Springs. And I got a feeling that's going to be Jalen Dugan, who has been picked on all night long. And Trent Williams has basically been taking him to town.
Yeah, Dooley actually moved over from the safety side to the corner position to shut that down. So that means, so if Dugan is covering Trent Williams, that's going to leave the middle open for someone to come across. So look for Whitehouse to see that matchup again and watch somebody cut across the middle of the field and throw it high, and we should have a touchdown.
Well, we got a timeout on the field now. 27.7 seconds to go, and Adam Cook.
Its grace can captivate. But when it's hurting, it demands only the very best care. Trust your body to the orthopedic team at Azalea Orthopedics. 22 doctors, one purpose: healing what's hurting.
Back at Wildcat Stadium, and they come back early from the timeout, so we apologize on the missed play. Dunning got a handoff to the far sideline and absolutely nowhere to go, and a play that busted from the word go as he gets stopped for about a 10-yard loss on the 4th down play. So ball will turn over to Larry Pryor with 21 seconds to go in the first half. 28-14 Whitehouse right now. Snap back. They'll just hand off straight up the middle, and some running room for Rosemont. And Rosemont gets it across the 20 to the 24-yard line. And how funny is it, David, the fact that we have to say they hand off to the big guy?
Yeah.
He's been the biggest guy they've had, and they're running the ball. Pryor will now just keep it on the snap. Takes it far side. Got a little bit of running room. Crossing the 35-yard line. Runs out of bounds at around the 36 as the clock expires. So first half comes to an end. Whitehouse losing an opportunity there late to extend that lead, but they take a 14-point lead into halftime. We are at the half from Wildcat Stadium in Whitehouse. Both teams coming back on the field, getting loosened up. Our second half kickoff coming up next. You're listening to Whitehouse Wildcat Football on Hot 107.3 Jams.
Springs has got to continue. Pryor is going to be the key. And by doing that also, so goes Sulphur Springs. Offensively for Whitehouse, we got to continue moving the ball and substitute all the wide receivers and running backs. We got an onside kick coming on here. Sulphur Springs sweetly jumps down and takes it over at their own 39-yard line.
Tell you what, that was quick too, boy.
Yeah, it was.
Whitehouse ran out on the field to teed it up and kicked it.
It was. And I talked to the coach afterwards, and he talked about how
as the field is literally littered with paper. Well, Pryor will hand off on a 1st and 10, even though the sticks already have it at second down.
That's someone's play card.
That is somebody's play cards, and boy, God bless their hearts. We don't know if that's going to be for Sulphur Springs or for Whitehouse, but there is about 40 play cards blowing all over the field. Wind continues to be a factor. Second down and about 6 after the carry. Pryor stands in the pocket. Boy, nice footwork by Pryor. Now he's going to scramble 35-yard line in a backside block. Blown up by Parker Aguilar. Absolutely laid out a Whitehouse Wildcat, and Pryor just jogged out of bounds right at the first down marker at midfield.
That was Holly. Holly got plastered. He was watching Pryor run, and that's just where the defense needs to talk to each other and warn Holly that you got something coming. There is a code or a sound they can do to let you know that you got somebody cracking down on you.
Well, 1st and 10, Sulphur Springs at their own 49-yard line. Pryor taking the handoff, Rosemont. Rosemont crossing midfield. Boy, good running by him. And crossing midfield up to the 45, make that the 47-yard line. It's really funny. The officials, the back judge continues to pick the litter up off the field, y'all, as they're playing. So Pryor brings them up near hash mark. Tight set for Pryor. Dual receivers right side. Play action, going to look right side. Coming to the sideline. Caught. And out of bounds. Caught by Dylan Carpenter. Well, Carpenter's a big guy in his own right. 6'3", 205-pound senior. A lot of seniors on this Sulphur Springs Wildcat Ball Club. And Carpenter yet another catch. So first down again for Sulphur Springs on the move. 38-yard line of Whitehouse. 10:55 to go. And a bunched up set in the backfield. Hand off to Rosemont. Straight up the middle. Big running room. Cross the 35 to the 30. So Rosemont picks up right where he left off in the first half also.
That's just nothing but just straight up downfield blocking by the offensive line of Sulphur Springs.
2nd and 3 after the 7-yard pickup by Rosemont. Set up to the left side. Now Pryor will throw. Flag goes down immediately at the snap. So a procedure penalty here. Flags that came down. Whitehouse with 5 flags for 55 yards in the first half. 5 flags for 30 yards for Sulphur Springs in the first half. First flag of the second half goes against Sulphur Springs. And that'll back them up 5 yards. 28-14 Whitehouse. 10:28 to go. Rosemont moves from left side to right side to Pryor. Pryor with trips receivers. He's going to follow Rosemont down to the left side of the field. Cuts up field to the 30. And he'll get pulled down at the 30-yard line. Gets that 5 yards back, and he's pulled down right there.
I wasn't sure who was on the outside linebacker who came up. He made a move to the inside, and Pryor cut it to the outside. You need to stay on the outside and force him to the inside because you got help on the inside.
So Rosemont to the left side, a little tight set. Pryor with the handoff. No, he keeps it to the 20, 15. Huge running room to the 5, and he drags a blocker up to around the, or a tackler up to around the 3-yard line. We may see a face mask penalty come up behind this as well.
Well, they set that up perfectly with all the Rosemont runs up the middle. Play action, play action. You know, you heard play action. Usually play action is for the fake the run and throw the ball. But this time, he's reading the defensive end. If the defensive end bites, he's keeping the ball and he's running it.
So Sulphur Springs inside the 5, set up at the 3, first and goal. Pryor with a full house backfield. Runners at both the sides, hands off to Rosemont off the left side guard. And he's just going to try to motor his way as he gets there. He gets right to the goal line. And they're going to say he did not make it in.
Actually, we have the ball, but apparently it was after the whistle blew.
And it looks as though Whitehouse came up with the ball. Nate Brooks came out of the scrum with the football. But that's going to be after the whistle blew. Everybody always celebrates that.
Yeah.
So 2nd and goal from about a couple of feet away from the goal line. Sulphur Springs looking to be the first to strike in this second half. Pryor waiting for the snap. Long snap count. He'll take it. Deep hands off Rosemont. No, he's going to keep it himself. Going around the far side. He'll score easily. He almost got tackled back behind the line of scrimmage, and now a flag coming down the end zone. Pryor was tackled as he was going into the end zone. But the flag came down in the middle of the field, David. Did you see anything else?
No, I didn't see anything. I was kind of shielded by the players on this side, but something happened in the middle, so it's going to be a dead ball foul more than likely. It's probably going to be a personal foul. We'll see how it plays out.
Well, a Sulphur Springs player ran off the field with his helmet in his hand.
Yeah, that wasn't it. Let's see. Dead ball, personal foul. It was. Personal foul against Sulphur Springs. Personal foul against Whitehouse. Offsetting.
Well, those are our favorite penalties. The penalties that don't count at all. Well, one of those little mid-season little scrums. Drew McCullough will sit the ball down for his extra point kicker, Tanner Ramirez. And no, they're going to try a little fake. And are they going to get it?
Yeah, they got it.
Back judge says no. Line judge says yes.
It's his call to the far side. He called it on the far side. He was showing that he got it. So they got discriminatory. No good.
Well, now they're going to say no.
All right. That's unusual for the umpire to step up and negate a touchdown. That's going to answer that to the coach.
Well,
Here he comes.
That's what happened. And Greg Owens is all the way out. He is following the back judge in the end zone. as they will fail on the two-point conversion. 28-20 our score, 9:14 to go. Sulphur Springs strikes first in the second half. We come back on Hot 107.3 Jams.
Mobility impairments, the necessary skills to enjoy outdoor sports and activities at little or no cost. Activities include a bounce house, Texas Park and Wildlife games and prizes, raffle tickets, and a lot of great food. Don't miss all the fun. Sponsored by Preferred Home Medical.
Well, it was a quick onside kick, and it was covered up by Jordan Deck as Jordan covers it up and keeping the football right there with great field position for the Whitehouse Wildcats. Kenny just went right past him. So we love the guy, but we missed him at halftime. Shamar Smith gets a handout, coming near side midfield, bouncing outside and gets up good yardage up to the 46-yard line of Sulphur Springs, right at the first down marker.
I like the offensive coordinators exchanging out Shamar Smith with Dunning. Dunning a power runner and Smith the speedster.
Well, they got dual setbacks, going to hand off to Shamar again, deep back, and to take it, hurdles a tackler at the 45-yard line and runs it out of bounds at the 42. So after picking up the 10 for the first down, he gets 2 more. And again, as David had mentioned pregame, a couple of new packages for Whitehouse, and they set it up with tight end sets. Hand off to Dunning. He's got to bounce it outside. He can't get away from the sprawling diving tackler in Colby Hutchings, as Colby comes in right behind Dunning and a penalty flag down right behind a possible block or a hold in the backfield. So Greg Owens will take that 5-yard loss and take the down. So it'll be 3rd and 11 Whitehouse. Shamar Smith getting back into the slot, left side. Dunning the only setback. Straight drop back. Jackson Allen looking right, looking left. Now he's got it shuffled out to the right side. Got some running room. 40. Got a first down at the 35-yard line and gets hit up a little bit high and knocked out. They're going to put him right at the 35, which was right where the first down marker was.
That's 3 times tonight that Allen has done what he should do. Look downfield, no one is open. He had running room, tuck the ball in, and get the first down.
Well, good decision by Jackson Allen. First down, Whitehouse at the 35-yard line of Sulphur Springs. Inside handoff done. He got some room. 30, 25, still on his feet. Crossing the 25 to the 23-yard line. Vincent with some big yards. And this is a guy that's been running very well. Fought some injuries a year ago, but picks up big yardage. Dunning with 243 yards already on the ground. Fake the handoff. Jackson Allen play action. Going to throw across the middle of the field. And he had a man open. And 2 receivers headed right at each other.
Well, one thing that Sulphur Springs has done, they have taken out Melroy Gibbons as cornerback. We now have Bubba Hall, 6'2", covering Trent Williams.
Well, they made the proper adjustments at halftime in that position. Trips receivers, Munoz in the tight slot, whistle blows on the inside handoff to Dunning, and Dunning not happy, seeing as he had ones covered on the far side. Thought he was going to get to turn on the afterburners, but they're going to back him up 5 yards first. Boy, it took a while to get the penalties in the first half, and now they are rolling them up in the second. So back them up 5 yards, 2nd and 15. Whitehouse up 28-20, 8:29 to go third period. 2nd 15 set up on the Sulphur Springs 27-yard line. Allen, straight drop back, couple of steps, will throw right side. Caught at the 18-yard line. Great move to the inside, 15, 10, cut to the inside, touchdown! Well, there's some great moves by Drew Smith. Nice catch on the far side. He makes a turn to the inside of the field, and another juke at about the 5, and great athletic ability after the catch and run by Drew Smith.
Absolutely. The power, the little spin move after he caught it. He made a little hesitation to the outside, and he moved in just enough to get him leverage to break that tackle.
Well, he caught the 24-yard touchdown pass with 4:15 to go in the half And now takes this one in from 24 yards as well. Make that 27 yards. Thank you, Jason. They extend the lead 35-20 when we come back. Whitehouse on top of Sulphur Springs by 15 when we return to Whitehouse Wildcat football on Hot 107.3 Jam. Getting set to kick off after Jackson Allen's 5th touchdown pass of the night. Colby Krim kicks it short. It'll be taken at the 26-yard line. And on the run, Sulphur Springs bringing it back. And a nice return by Scott Galarza. This guy really does not have a problem hitting people. Got a feeling each one of those little guys are taking a note off of their head coach, Greg Owens. 8:15 to go. Larry Pryor will hand off. No, he doesn't. He keeps it. He now throws it, and it's almost complete and almost intercepted as well by Justin Dunning. Incomplete, 2nd and 10 now. Pryor looking down, checking his plate. Lone setback, and now flag comes down, and illegal procedure will be called against Sulphur Springs. 2nd and 15. Setting up the deep. Pryor. Short snap. He's going to keep it himself. Runs right by his runner back 40. Midfield still on his feet, getting hit, dragging a couple of tacklers. And they'll finally pull him down at the 47-yard line. Oh, my. Make it the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Sulphur Springs from the Whitehouse 44-yard line. Pryor, 2-step drop, going to throw near side, way short of his intended receiver, C.J. Stevens.
Okay, it was low. If he had had it about a foot or two higher, that would have been a completion.
Well, Pryor's going to set up Rosemont to his left side. Hands off to Rosemont. He's got good running room as well. Crosses the 40 and pushing a couple of tacklers up to around the 36-yard line.
That's a good play. Everything's moving to the left, and they cut it back with a run back against the grain. That's a good play. It's probably only the 3rd time we've seen that play tonight.
Well, this offensive line is absolutely getting a lot of push on the defensive line for Whitehouse. Linebackers are having to fill those gaps. Handoff Rosemont again, this time left side. They're just going to keep giving it to him as he gets big chunks. He picked up 7 that last carry and about 4 that time. So it'll be 1st and 10, Sulphur Springs at the Whitehouse 30. They continue to move up and down the field. 7:19 to go. 3rd quarter continues to roll. Pryor checking the signals. Dual receivers split out to the left. Ball in the middle of the field. Now right side receiver split out right. Steps back a couple steps. Pryor will hit his receiver at the 20-yard line. Complete. Upfield for about 9. It'll be Dylan Carpenter again. 6'3", 205-pound senior. Carpenter having a huge night. Pryor will leave trips receivers out to the far side. Ball on the far hash mark. 2nd and a short 1. Hands off to Rosemont. Going far side. Rosemont gets stood up, but will give up the first down, it looks like, or it will get the first down. Cade Parrish, I think, was in on the tackle far side.
It was. Cade Parrish made a good hit, but he got him too low, so the momentum carried him over for a first down.
So Pryor will leave Rosemont. Rosemont getting all the carries here on the right side. He'll flare out. Pump fake, going to go right side sideline and getting held up, and flag comes down, but Nate Brooks is clapping his hands as if he was the one that got held.
I'm not sure what that call is, because I'm not sure that ball would have even been close to the receiver. Yeah, I was saying because actually we're the ones that got pulled to the ground.
All right, well, they're saying it's offensive pass interference, Sulphur Springs.
That's a loss of down.
Well, Nate Brooks was starting to clap a little bit, and I'm wondering, he's right on top of the play. He definitely knows pass interference when he sees it. So an awful call at this time, boy, for Sulphur Springs as they get down inside the 20 and get that pass interference call. So it'll back them all the way up to the 34-yard line. Handoff, Rosemont, left side, big hole. 25-20. Boy, he showed us an absolute burst of momentum when he crossed the 30-yard line. All of a sudden, he's in the secondary before anybody knows where he's at. So the 34 all the way to the 19-yard line. 15-yard pickup for Rosemont. 2nd and 10. Pryor, straight drop back. He's getting flush. Got to run for it. Throws. Incomplete. And a little tip out by Nate Brooks right there where he needs to be.
Great closing speed by Nate Brooks. That's why he is being recruited because that's what you need to do. He cushioned off on the receiver. Pryor thought the receiver was wide open, and with that speed that Nate Brooks has, he's able to close in and almost came up with an interception.
Well, so many times they lean on that young man to be their emotional leader, and he has no problem getting up for a ball game. Pryor trying to get the ball snapped. 3rd and 10, straight drop back from the 20-yard line. He's going to run, got some run to rim. 15, cuts inside to the 10, inside the 10 down to the 5. Not only a first down, but Larry Pryor's got him 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line.
Well, I just figured that play out. That's the 3rd time they have run that play. The wide receiver on the far side, when he does a drag pattern, comes right across the field, he's clearing that whole side out. Pryor waits and it opens, and then he runs.
Clock continues to roll, 5:27 to go. Pryor, handoff, Rosemond, straight up the middle. And he's going to not only cross the 5, but they're going to say touchdown. He got inside the end zone. So going right through a huge pack of tacklers in the middle of the field at about the 4-yard line, Rosemond squirts out and scores. So Sulphur Springs, after being shut out in the 2nd quarter, comes out immediately and scores 12 points in the first 6.5 minutes of the 3rd quarter. They're going to try to go for 2, and they do. This time it is good. So they'll take the short snap and take it right up that far side hash mark and in for the 2-point conversion. So they will get back that extra point they lost the last touchdown. And they close into within 7. 35-28, Whitehouse over Sulphur Springs. When we come back, you're listening to Whitehouse Wildcat Football on
Action is our concern.
longest drive of the ball game for Sulphur Springs. They're going to try an onside kick, and the upbacks for Whitehouse doing a spectacular job covering up the football. And that time when you get a big guy in there, Zach Gregory, 6'1", 205-pound junior. Zach covers it up and gives Whitehouse again some great starting field position at their own 47-yard line. 20 carries for 110 yards for Rosemond. Hand off to Dunning, and Dunning gets popped at the 50-yard line. He'll pick up 4 yards. And Dunning thought the whistle hadn't blown. He dropped the ball and ran back to pick it back up. So, boy, he turns up the intensity a little bit and had a big full head of steam, but got knocked off his rails there right at midfield. 2nd and 6, straight drop back. Jackson Allen pump fake, got to step back in the pocket, and he does. Throwing it deep down the sideline for Williams. He catches it, and they're saying he's out of bounds at the 15. Oh, great catch by Trent Williams. Dual receivers top side, near side hash mark. One step drop, now he's going to throw the fade pattern again. Gets it to Trent Williams. Does he get his feet down? He does. 31-yard line.
They came back the same play and almost the same type of catch.
My goodness.
I'm back here on the 40-yard line, and the coaches and myself all go down the field and look down there. He's having to turn his body totally the opposite direction, going one direction, and comes down with a foot in bounds.
Up to the 31-yard line. It's a 20-yard pickup for Trent Williams as he gets it to the 31. And then they hand off to Dunning, and Dunning will pick up about 5 more. 2nd and 5. Whitehouse now once again threatening at the Sulphur Springs 25-yard line. Going right to left. Allen hands off to Dunning. No, he play fakes. Actually throws it. Shamar Smith evidently was supposed to do a little hot route closer to the middle of the field.
Yep.
Misdirected, and Tanner Ramirez almost came up with an interception. Straight drop back, 3rd and 5. Jackson Allen, he's got to go down. 96. Derek Weeks was back there. So Derek forces a 4th down and 12 now. Now Jackson will step back. Looks like it's going to be a pooch kick. He sets up the... He will. A little pooch punt. Hits at the 15-yard line and down, unfortunately, by Trent Williams in the air. Obviously, you always take a chance. Maybe it rolls into the end zone, so he will pin Larry Pryor and Sulphur Springs back at their own 10-yard line. So Whitehouse moves the ball nicely but can't capitalize. Handoff, Rosemond up the middle, and he gets across the 15 to the 16-yard line and picks up a quick 6. Rosemond before this drive, 20 carries for 110 yards. Pryor's got over 100 yards as well with 132 on the ground and a couple of touchdowns. Pryor will carry it. Now he'll roll out. Coming back, almost gets hit from behind. Still on his feet. Still scrambling. Now he's going to throw it deep down the far sideline. And it's going to be intercepted. Intercepted at the 46-yard line. And it's Nate Brooks.
Actually, that was Justin Dunning.
My apologies, Justin Dunning, the 6'4", 200-pound senior. Justin coming in from the safety position. He and Nate Brooks back and forth, almost in a personal contest to see who can handle safety the best. Nate Brooks with the interception earlier, and now Justin Dunning coming down with the turnover as SulphurSprings will turn it over with 2:29 to go, third period, and Whitehouse up 35-28. So second interception for Pryor. Jackson Allen's just going to keep it himself, and he slides down after a gain of about 2.
That was a design play for sure. The only thing I wish would have happened, the wide receivers would have gone ahead and run on down about 10, 15 yards to kind of clear that out.
Well, let's set up trip receivers to the left side. Ball set up on the far hash mark. 2nd and 8. Whitehouse. Straight drop back. Jackson Allen throws right. Complete at the 47-yard line of Sulphur Springs, and the forward progress after the catch. It'll be made by Drew Smith. He gets smashed right at the line, the first down marker at the 46-yard line of Sulphur Springs.
They should give that to him unless they really marked it. Yeah, there we go.
And now they'll say first down. So chains will move, and Whitehouse on the move again. Williams will be split out wide to the left side. Shamar Smith in the slot. Whitehouse taking a lot of time here getting this play set up. Minute 37 to go, third period. Whitehouse up by 7. Drop back, handoff to Dunning, straight up the middle, midfield, 45. He'll get tripped up at the 41-yard line. And they'll give him about 6 on the carry. Make it 5.
I sure do like him when he runs north and south. He's such a good runner, and he has just enough quickness to be able to go left or right when he needs to.
Yeah, but he doesn't mind being physical, but boy, you can tell he really loves to get outside and utilize that speed. Dunning will stay in to protect. Jackson Allen down the right side, caught. Nice pattern and catch by Shamar Smith at the 27-yard line. He's one of the few that really can do that, David, while the ball's in the air. Handoff, Dunning, straight up the middle, gets popped, helmet comes off, and falls right in his lap. Less than 40 seconds to go. Allen, straight drop back, gonna throw the fade pattern near side to the end zone, pulling up, does he catch it? No. Again, Trent Williams with the circus catch at the 5-yard line, but cannot stay in bounds.
Oh, they call personal foul. Both players have been ejected from the game. It still remains second down.
Okay. So Rashad is off the field, handoff far side to Culper. Culper's going to get caught from behind, and boy, the first time we've seen him actually go against the grain on his blockers.
And it looks like that's going to be the end of the third quarter.
They're going to let the clock run out in the third period. It'll be 35-28, Whitehouse on the move. When we come back, they'll set up at the 27-yard line of Sulphur Springs. 35-24, Whitehouse. A 3rd and 10. Jackson Allen is going to throw up the far sideline. It is caught and dropped. And a good defensive play on the far side, that time again by Bubba Hall, as they tried to go directly to Trent Williams again. But that time, Jackson Allen having to put a little bit more mustard on the ball, being in this near hash mark going across the field. So 4th and 10, and Whitehouse need to know what to do now. They were in this position not long ago when Jackson Allen dropped back and Pooch kicked it. He will go for it this time. Looking to the right, going to throw right. Caught at the 18-yard line, breaking the tackle. Drew Smith at the 10, gets busted inside the 10. First down, Whitehouse.
I'm telling you, Drew Smith made the great catch. He went in there, the defenders went back. He did a little button hook and stayed there. Pass was perfect. He knew he was about to get popped, and he still went after it.
Yeah, he absolutely did. 1st and 10, Whitehouse, 1st and goal. Handoff straight up the middle. Dominique Holly, touchdown! That's how you do it. They failed on a 4th and 10 play just a few minutes ago and had the Pooch kick, got Sulphur Springs down inside their 10-yard line. They come back and go for it on 4th and 10. Drew Smith with the big first down catch and run. And now Dominique Holly scores from 9 yards out. Colby Krim will set up for the extra point, being held by Drew Smith. He'll tack it on. It is 42-28. Whitehouse back up to a 2-touchdown lead, and we come back. You're listening to Whitehouse Wildcat Football on Hot 107.3 Jams.
first-class design and dancewear.
And they move back up by 14, 42-28. Krim looks like he's going to kick it deep, and he will kick it short. It'll hit at the 31-yard line and covered up at the 30-yard line right there by Bubba Hall. Their open week before they start their 7-game district run. Sulphur Springs will open up at home against Texas High. Pryor sets him up 1st and 10, fakes the handoff, play action, gets hit from the far side, and pressure he felt on the backside, and coming in on the rush. Looked like Cade Parrish was in to irritate him on his open side as he right-handed thrower tried to get off the Carpenter deep down the middle, but way short. So incomplete pass. It'll set up 2nd and 10. Pryor sets up with Rosemont. Hands off to Rosemont. Going to go right side, and a lot of running room. Boy, Sulphur Springs' offensive line has been very good at giving Rosemont plenty of room to run. Larry Pryor right now, the Texas A&M commit, 9 of 20 for 112 yards through the air. He has thrown 2 interceptions. Whitehouse with 5 touchdown passes. Sulphur Springs has yet to score through the air. Rosemont nowhere to go this time. Has to cut up field. And he has to turn back into the pursuit at the 35-yard line. He picks up maybe 1.
I'm telling you, great defensive play by Zach Gregory by making the runner, Rosemont, cut up the middle. He made him cut up. That's what we're talking about earlier. Don't let these runners or the quarterback Pryor get to the outside. Cut them up in the middle where you have help.
Well, it's the first time we've seen Rosemont actually try to go to the outside. He's been making a pretty good name for himself, staying within the tackles. He got close by where your curb appeal starts. First-class design and dance wear for all your dance to left at their own 38.5-yard line. Pryor will set them up 4th and less than a foot. Defense trying to stonewall here. Pryor hands off to Rosemont. Rosemont head down, straight up the middle, got the first down. He only needed about a foot. He got about 5 feet.
Tackle made by Klein. First hit and also wrapped up by Parrish. But there is a player down for Sulphur Springs, and it is Rosemont. Guys, they're letting him back down in the middle of the field. This is not good.
Yeah, Rosemont, he tried to get himself off the field and then stopped and bent over and went ahead and sat down for a brief minute. They're going to go ahead and try to at least assist him. And ambulance has made its way on the field. They're going to load him up under precautionary measures and make sure they got everything taken care of. Folks are down there, all the coaching staff, so it seems to be under great hands. Standing ovation as they are loading up Tyler Rosemont into an ambulance under precautionary measures, obviously, as of right now. And hopefully by post-game time, David McKelvin will see what he can find out from the Sulphur Springs coaching staff late in this one, and we'll find out exactly how Tyler is doing if they get an update. Sulphur Springs coaches and players all huddling up around close to the front of the ambulance to bid Tyler Rosemont the best of luck. We'll take a quick timeout.
Just on the field before the game, deliver the rosin bag to the mound, and throw out the first pitch. Then you will enjoy the game from 4 premium VIP seats with food and a soft drink included, and take home a special selection of official Texas Rangers memorabilia. It's guaranteed to be a baseball experience you and your family or friends will never forget.
And he will do so. 1st and 10 going right to left. Fakes handoff. No, he'll hand the ball off. He will hand it off this time to Scott Galarza. As Galarza had a couple of big-time carries in the first half also. Looking at the numbers for Tyler Rosemont, 24 carries, 127 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Rosemont. As he had a stellar night regardless of leaving with injury just a couple of minutes ago. Pryor straight drop back after the 3-yard gain. Almost picked off. Could not pull it into his body, and he had gone to the yard. Flag coming down. It'll be a procedure penalty against Sulphur Springs, and he got them to turn the ball over enough to stay in this ball game. Up by 14. Straight drop back for Pryor. He's got to run for it. Stiff arms the tackler. Now reverses his field. Gets a block. He's got a little bit more running room. Scrambling to the far side. Now he's going to throw down the sideline, and he just throws it away. Ramirez will step back to punt, standing at his own 25-yard line. Snap is good. Gets a little sideline kick and almost gets it blocked by Dunning. And it's a horrible kick. It goes out of bounds only about 6 yards upfield.
I'm not sure Dunning might have touched it.
Dunning may have had a partial block there because Ramirez punted the ball 6 yards. Dual receivers both side, ball on the far hash mark. Dunning, it's a double reverse to Shamar Smith coming near side, got some blocks. Jackson Allen throws a block. Shamar Smith breaks one up inside the 35-yard line. Well, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. Jackson Allen play fake, going to throw and throwing it through a couple of defenders and trying to get it to Drew Smith. Well, this is one thing the coaching staff does not like for Whitehouse is when they start to show signs of comfortability. Jackson Allen handed off. Dunning coming near side will get hit and pulled down in the backfield and nicked down by Christian Jackson.
And met and meet and tackled.
Straight drop back for Allen. Allen will throw it near side. Going to be caught by Drew Smith at the 26-yard line. 4th and 3 for Whitehouse and Jackson Allen. Shamar Smith in the backfield to his right side. Will take the snap, pulls it straight back, pump fake. Got to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to run for it, and he just goes down. I'm not sure Jackson knew that it was 4th down. Because instead of trying to pick up the yardage, Jackson just went down.
Well, I'll tell you exactly what happened on that play. He wanted to go to Drew Smith. Drew Smith did an out again and went down. He slipped and fell right in front of me at the 21-yard line. Jackson Allen had nobody to throw to.
Well, he had one primary receiver, and when he got covered up, he stopped. Pryor, straight drop back play action, going to throw deep down the middle of the field and overthrows his receiver, and it's still almost caught. Well, that wind possibly was another factor. It's not blowing as strong as it was earlier, but continues to blow right at Larry Pryor. He will hand off to Galarza. And Galarza only picks up about 1.5 yards. 8:26 to go in this ball game. Whitehouse holding a 42-28 lead. We did have about a 25-minute stoppage of play, about a 20-minute stoppage of play for an injury. 8:10 clock rolls. Larry Pryor, straight drop back, 3rd and 9. Trying to move around, trying to buy some time. He does. Now he's going to throw down the field. And boy, the one thing that Dylan Carpenter trying to work his way open. But, boy, these receivers, David, I'm seeing too many times where they are not working with Larry Pryor, trying to either move towards their quarterback or move to an open point of the field. And Pryor is an experienced QB. This is a guy that knows how to do that.
Well, it is, but also they also know that he can tuck it and run. But right now you have to give credit to our defensive line and linebackers. As you saw that time, they did not over-pursue. They kept Pryor at a distance, which means they didn't commit themselves.
Well, unfortunately for Greg Owens and Sulphur Springs, Ramirez has got a punt again. He will kick to the far sideline again. This time gets the ball to turn over, hits at the 40, and gets the Sulphur Springs roll, and it'll be downed at the 34-yard line. Whitehouse will take over there. As Jackson Allen, 5 touchdown passes tonight, but his last one at the 8:20 mark in the 3rd period. That one going to Drew Smith. He's got 2 strikes to Drew Smith, 2 to Trent Williams, and the first to Eric Munoz. Back in the first quarter on a 26-yarder. Allen 6 touchdowns on the season before this game started, 11 now. Jason Bailey is pretty sure that's a career high. Handoff. Coffer. How about look at Coffer go across the 40-yard line and picks up 6 yards. Maybe 7. Hey, kid's making a name for himself. Keelan Coffer, 5'11", 155-pound junior.
I mean, think about it. You got Coffer, you've got Smith, you've got Hawley, you've got Dunning.
Going long, Jackson Allen, far sideline, and somehow either stopping on the route or Jackson just threw it away. Shamar Smith, the intended receiver, but he pulled up about 15 yards short of where that pass ended up.
You know, that's a couple of times that Smith and Allen had not been on the same page. And I'm sure that the coach will be working on that this upcoming week.
Yep, dual receivers stacked on the top and bottom. Ball on the far hash mark. It'll be Coffer standing as a lone setback. Just a step to the left of the left-handed Jackson Allen. 7:18 to go. Whitehouse, 3rd and 4. Pass across the middle, little flare shot to Drew Smith. I'm not sure, was that ball just out of his reach?
Yeah, it missed about 5 yards. That wasn't even close. Not sure really what happened on that one.
Well, unfortunately, they miscued there because Jackson Allen had Drew Smith on a little fly route, and Drew had about 3 yards on his defender, had the ball been laid in there nicely. So 4th and 3, Jackson Allen will set back to punt. And nobody back to receive it. And Jackson Allen booms it. It hits at the 10, at the 5, still rolling, and batting it back onto the field. And pulling it down, what a great effort by Drew Smith. Knocks it back in the field, and Trent Williams runs it down at the 2. Oh, my.
See, that's where a lot of players do not know, a lot of people do not know the rules of the game. Drew Smith can be in the end zone as long as the ball does not break the plane. That time, Drew Smith slid in the end zone. The ball did not break the plane, and we were able to down it at the 2-yard line.
And boy, Trent Williams getting down there quickly as well and pouncing on the ball. Pryor deep in his own end zone, looking across the middle. He's going to throw complete to the 10-yard line, breaking the tackle, almost getting loose. But not quite, and that is I'm telling you, I think you're right. I think Dylan Carpenter's like 6'8". The guy's humongous.
Yeah, he is. Runs a good route. He has decent speed, so you have to respect it. But he has great hands.
And he's pulled down by Chris Sims, or he could have gone a little deeper. Handoff inside, crossing the 20 up to the 23-yard line. We'll check and see if that's Galarza.
It is.
It'll be Galarza as he picks up big yardage. They're going from the 5'8" Rosamond to the 5'5" Scott Galarza. And they've even gone to the 5'4" Jesse Ortiz a couple of times. Pryor, play action pass, going to look across the middle again. It's caught and dropped by Carpenter that time. He hooked up with Nate Brooks as Brooks cut the route off. And Carpenter was able to get his hands on it, but dropped it at the 33-yard line.
The only thing bad I can see about Pryor that's not really doing what he should be doing, he's not spreading. He's only looking at number 8, Carpenter.
Well, with 6:26 on the clock, it stopped. Now Pryor will just keep it himself. Tried to go right. Will go back into the inside, runs right into Dunning. And Dunning will stand him up, and now about 5 of them are trying to push him back. They continue to. As boy, Larry Pryor, he is trying his best to make something happen on his own, and that's obviously what you ask your great leaders to do and your top athletes. But boy, Pryor, thank goodness he remains healthy, as he had battled some injuries last year at this contest in Sulphur Springs. Pryor, straight drop back, puts a man in motion, now throw off near side. Is that a catch?
No, skipped in his hands.
Well, a great effort by C.J. Stevens at the 45-yard line. That would have been a first down for Sulphur Springs. Pryor laid it in there way ahead of him, and C.J. Stevens went to the mat and almost came up with it. 42-28, Whitehouse over Sulphur Springs. 6:08 to go. Pryor sits up. 2nd and 10. Handoff Galarza. Big running room. Still on his feet, crossing 35 to the 43-yard line. First down, Sulphur Springs, rolling right to left. And Galarza not having any problem finding open space in that defensive front for Whitehouse. Pryor setting them back up. 1st and 10, 43-yard line. Snap back. Pryor churning his feet. Throwing to midfield. Caught. And down right there where he stands, or where he catches it, Ben Brooks, 5'10", 160-pound senior. With the completion, it's a completion of 8. 2nd and 2, Sulphur Springs inside 5.5 minutes to go in the ball game. Pryor trying to mount a drive here. Whitehouse defense trying to stop and secure this 14-point lead right now on this drive. Long snap count. Pryor now straight drop back. Going to look deep across the middle, across the field. And once again reaching around. I'm telling you, Trey Staples, the kid is putting together an all-district season right now. 3rd and 3. Pryor, hands off. No, he keeps it. He's going to go nip far side. Nowhere to go. He gets pulled down for a loss of 1. And it's going to force a 4th and 3. And now this is big decision time for Greg Owens.
Well, I don't know, but Coslow was almost on him, but should have been a holding call, but it was not thrown.
4:45, they're going for it. Pryor takes the snap, drops back, still on his feet, shuffling in and out, breaking a couple of tackles. Now coming near side. Now he's going to throw deep down the middle of the field. It's going to get intercepted. Nate with his second. And again, Larry Pryor throwing it across his body down to the middle of the field. And Nate Brooks comes up with another one.
Go and run and keep the drive alive.
4:27, Whitehouse takes over, and they're just going to hand the ball off for a while now. Dunning will take it up the middle for a gain of a couple. I tell you what, dude, I think the guy on the down marker across the field has decided, you know what, I'm going to do it on my own. I can't tell you how many times before the ball is dead, he has flipped it over to the next down. This guy is auditioning for a job, I'm telling you. 2nd and 9. Jackson Allen will throw. Well, a hot route. And it goes right through the hands of Trent Williams. And Williams now having it out with Jalen Dugan on the far side. Dugan gave Williams a little extra shot after the ball went by. And Williams decided, well, I'm going to stop in my tracks and go back and give him a little bit of a push. So they go from the background, or in the backfield. No, that's Dunning in the backfield. Out route complete to Williams at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 7, but it will set up last down. He stands in. Dunning to his left, takes the snap. Thought about throwing left. Now will shovel. Now he's going to run. Nowhere to go, and he almost gets the first down. He's going to be short by about a yard. So 1st and 10, Larry Pryor back on the field. Straight drop back. He's going to go deep right away. It is going to be short and again almost intercepted. Nate Brooks, Trey Staples, both back there in coverage, or in covering up with C.J. Stevens, the intended receiver. But once again, he continues to throw against the wind. 2nd and 10. Will hand off straight up the middle, and bouncing outside is Galarza, and he gets some good yardage before getting straddled and knocked down by Dunning.
Oh my gosh. Dunning made the tackle. Justin Dunning made the tackle. Who is 6'4" and little 5'5" was tackled. He didn't come to his numbers.
Yep. He threw him down like a trash bag. I'm telling you.
All right. That's going to be against Whitehouse.
It'll be a 5-yard mark off against Whitehouse. And it'll be a 3rd and a short 1 yard for Larry Pryor. 3:11 to go. And SulphurSprings on the move once again. Inside the 35 of Whitehouse. Handoff to, once again, to Galarza. Galarza up to the 32-yard line. And they'll pick up the first down and move the sticks again. So Pryor in a position again, in scoring position. Pryor, straight drop back. Shuffles his feet once again, and he's off on the run. 30-yard line, 25-20. Moves inside, Dunning hits him, and they push him inside the 15 to the 12. Well, you can already see Larry Pryor's Pistons cooking up there in his head, David, where you can see he's smelling the end zone now.
Yeah, he is. But I also have to admit right now, give shout-outs for Justin Dunning by staying his ground and did not bite on his fake and made the tackle.
Pryor in the pocket again, got plenty of time. He'll throw it short and throws it behind his intended receiver in Ben Brooks. And that time Pryor just could not get the football where Brooks was going. It'll stop the clock with the incompletion at 2:30 to go. 42-28 Whitehouse. 14-point lead, and SulphurSprings inside the 15-yard line. They've got 2nd and 10 from the 12. So they can get the first down without scoring if they need it. Dual receivers, man in motion is Parker Aguilar. He'll stop. Hands off to Galarza. Galarza up the middle across the 10 to the 5. And he might fall down inside the 5. They'll mark the football down right at the 5-yard line. So Galarza with the quick inside handoff. Clock continues to roll. 2:12 to go. 3rd down at about 3. Handoff to Galarza coming near side. He's going to score. Touchdown, SulphurSprings. So just that quick, after the failed 4th down run, SulphurSprings and Larry Pryor, who had thrown his 3rd interception of the night, shortly before that, Whitehouse could not move it, turned it over on downs, and all of a sudden Pryor is in the end zone, and they'll cut this lead to 7 if they can put this extra point in. And they'll set up for the extra point regular-wise, as Ramirez will set up, and the hold from McCullough. Snap, hold, kick, and it's good. So a 7-point ball game all of a sudden with 2:03 to go, and we'll come back and see what the kickoff will hold for us. 2:03 to go, Sulphur Springs down by 7. Whitehouse with their hands club, everybody up. 10 players within 15 yards of the football. Everybody expecting an onside kick. We'll see what happens here. Ramirez kicks it onside, bounces straight up, touches a Whitehouse player. They pick it up, pull it down in midfield. Whitehouse football, as it got a little tricky there, went through one player and into the hands of another. And who came out? It looked like Drew Smith coming out of the pile, David.
It was Trent Williams who actually made the recovery. I tell you, you could tell that the kicker had practiced that kick because it did a great bounce. You wanted
perfect.
A low bounce first, and then the spin catches up, and then it bounces high. And that's exactly what happened.
Ramirez did a great job that time, Tanner, with a perfect onside kick. Went through the hands of one Whitehouse receiver, and then Williams picking it up. 1:59 to go. Whitehouse needing to pick up a couple of first downs here. They'll hand off to Shamar Smith outside 40, 30. He's on his wheels. 20, 10-5, touchdown. We've been looking for it for 3 games. And Shamar Smith getting outside where he can utilize that speed, and we just saw it to ice this ball game. Turn out the lights, the party's over. Clock stopped at 1:48. Shamar Smith, his first opportunity to get it outside. And I'm telling you, that last play we saw him at, there's a great possibility that Brad Cook told him, if I see you cut, plant your foot and go back in the pursuit, you're not going back on the field. And evidently, when he took that handoff from Jackson Allen, he just hit the sideline. A beautiful run for Shamar Smith to possibly put this game out of reach now as they answer that great touchdown drive by Larry Pryor, and they answer with their own. Shamar Smith takes it in from 49 yards out. It's a 49-35 lead for Whitehouse with 1:48 to go. We come back on Hot 107.3 Jam. Well, one of the ways that you answer a touchdown drive by one of the best in the state, in Larry Pryor, is you come back and you hand it off to one of the fastest players in 5A football right now, it's Shamar Smith, and he takes it the distance from 49 yards out. Whitehouse will kick off. It'll be taken by their deep back, Jalen Hawkins. And Hawkins gets a great return up to the 25-yard line, pulls it back about 20 yards. With 1:37 to go, Whitehouse trying their best here to hold on and keep Larry Pryor and the rest of this team out of the end zone late in this ball game. 1:37, Whitehouse with a 49-35 lead. And Pryor and the rest of the Sulphur Springs Wildcats. Pryor drops back, will throw it complete to the 40-yard line, and fumble knocked out of his hand, picked up by Justin Dunning, and here he goes. 20, 15, 10, and out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Are they going to say that he made the catch? The catch was made by Dylan Carpenter, I think, and he was hit immediately. And Justin Dunning picks up the football for Whitehouse and returns it back to the 3-yard line. Well, unfortunately for Sulphur Springs, after the interception and the turnover, leads to a touchdown, and now the long run to Shamar Smith, and now the big return by Dunning. Clock stopped at 1:23 to go. And it is just virtually impossible, other than just taking a knee a few times and then kicking a field goal or so. They were scrambling around looking for Dylan Klein. They finally found Klein, and Klein will check into the ball game now. Jackson Allen comes in, Dunning comes in, and Dominique Holly and Dunning now set back with Dylan Klein. Will be an up back. It'll be a tight set with one split receiver in Williams. Handoff going to go to Dominique Holly, I think, and Holly's going to take it in for the touchdown. Late call. And there's a player down for Whitehouse now, and I think that's actually going to be Chris Blaylock they handed the football off to.
Actually, it's Rogers, number 96.
Okay, I meant to score the touchdown, David.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it was.
Okay, so it was Blaylock with the touchdown. Okay. Okay, so it's LaQuaylen Rogers that's down the injured Whitehouse player on that short touchdown run. 3-yard touchdown run. Let's get that in the books by Chris Blaylock. 5'11", 170-pound junior. He takes it in from 49 yards out to make it 49-35. And then immediately after the kickoff, the fumble after the catch by Carpenter, returned by Dunning up to the 3-yard line. And now Chris Blaylock goes over for his first touchdown of the season. So Blaylock will get credit for that touchdown. For the extra point and a timeout on the floor on the field as they continue to take a look at LaQuaylen Rogers. And we'll come off the field with assistance from the training staff at Whitehouse. It'll give us a chance to say thank you so much to our game sponsors, Tire Works, also Little Caesars Pizza, Azalea Orthopedics, Primary Residential Mortgage, and our great friends at Dairy Queen. If you want to catch up with final scores, we'll give you as many as we can at the conclusion of this ball game. ETSN.FM, our East Texas Sports Network, with the most comprehensive look at all the high school results throughout the season. So LaQuaylen will make his way over to the bench with some help from some training staff. And lining up for the extra point is Krim, and Colby Krim is perfect once again. And Whitehouse with a couple of unlikely and helped by SulphurSprings touchdowns. 56-35. Whitehouse up by 21. We come back. You're listening to Whitehouse Wildcat Football. Colby Krim getting set to kick off. He's been pretty busy tonight. 56-35 lead for Whitehouse with a couple of late touchdowns. Actually, touchdowns on consecutive offensive plays for the Wildcats of Whitehouse. Kick going to be taken by Larry Pryor at the 22-yard line. And Pryor going to take it up 6 or 7 yards. Hopefully he comes out unscathed on that return. It was not Pryor. Looked like 18. It was actually Galarza. Larry Pryor will set up to take the snap, and next to him, the 5'4", 130-pound Jesse Ortiz. Ortiz takes a handoff and gets tackled by two of the biggest men on the field. Bless his heart, little Jesse Ortiz getting back into the backfield. Some of the smallest backs we have ever seen, the combination of. 54 seconds to go. Clock continues to roll as Whitehouse will move to 3-0 on the season and enjoy their bye week. Handoff to Ortiz, coming near side. Will cut up the field 35-40 and then gets basically swallowed up by the Waffle Club and a couple of Whitehouse Wildcats. Jared Wells in on the tackle. And there's a 28 on the field that is not on the roster.
I know, and they were all applauding because he's the one that actually made the first contact.
Absolutely.
Nose guard.
And we got no number on this guy.
That's a shame.
Well, they're going to let the clock run down to 15.8, and someone's going to take a timeout. I'm assuming the clock is stopped. They're going to let it run out.